Okay, the title of my presentation was an activity for practicing word stress with adult multilingual learners. Of a group of learners, 13 I had this night. It was 5 new students and returning students of 8, because I had previously done a module with them on writing. This module now is level 1, City and Guilds, speaking and listening. The makeup of the class is multilingual. I have loads of countries: 3 Polish, 2 Lithuanian, 2 Spanish, one from Morocco, 2 from Sudan, 1 from Italy, 1 from the Ivory Coast, and 1 from Mexico. So overall, a variety of countries. Ages are from about 21 or 2 to 50 years of age. While I may be aware of some of the problems with some students, the overall aim of the lesson was to create awareness of word stress patterns and its use and effectiveness in pronunciation. So the aim was to identify word stress in a group of words. So for this, to begin the class, I put up on the words, the following words, put up on the board: Germany, grandmother, and restaurant. And that was the first row. The second row was 11, policeman, September. So discussed with the students and elicited from them how many syllables were in each word. So they worked out that there was 3 syllables in each word, and there were 6 words given. Then I asked them again about word stress. So we elicited from the students that on the first row with Germany, that was a stress on the first syllable, as opposed to the second row where the stress was going to be on the second syllable, like policeman or 11. So that was the introduction to the task, and then I said to the students, we're going to do an activity now based on word stress, and I give them this example, and they were to work on this for word stress, to recognize word stress. Okay, this was the first word. This was where they were going to enter: hamburger. So 3 syllables, and the stress pattern down here was on the first syllable. So the aim of the activity was to get from here down to here. This was the entry point, and this was the exit point, ending at hospital. So the rules of the game were that they could either go forward and back horizontally, up and down vertically, but they could not go diagonally. I wrote the words on the board: horizontal, vertical, and diagonal, because some of the students didn't know diagonal. So I did that with them, told them the rules of the game, and to follow the stress pattern, that if they were to move from find the next word, it had to have the stress pattern here, the first syllable. The word stress was on the first syllable. So we did that with them. Give them each the stress maze paper and asked them to work in pairs. So all the students started to work away, and I just monitored the class, going around dealing with any queries they had. Some students that had maybe some difficulty, they weren't sure of the stress pattern, so I would drill them with the stress patterns. So for example, some students didn't get homework. They thought it should be homework, or another one was together. So we did some drilling with them and got them to recognise this stress on the first syllable in English. Again, this relates to their own language. It could be a different stress for them in their language. So overall, I think it was a good activity. Some of them found it a challenge to do this and building up awareness of word stress. I noticed an improvement in some of the students after we did the drilling together. For example, like police and officer, we did some drilling with them, and the students noticed the stress patterns were different in the English language, maybe as opposed to their first language. So feedback from the students, I do think they enjoyed it, and they thought it was interesting and good for them to recognise the different patterns of word stress. So this is learning curve for me, because I'm starting these phonology lessons. So hopefully continue to do that and see that it helps them in their pronunciation. Thank you.